to the very first live of Gary. Very first live of the year. As you can see, Gary is awake, even at this hour. I don't know when he sleeps. When do you sleep, Gary? Let me see the chat. So, is it your first time with Gary? Oh, Toad the Toad. Happy New Year, everyone. Gary, what are you doing? So it's the beginning of the live, so it's okay. You are not late. We are kind of early. I think it's the earliest live we ever did. Really? So Gary's dad is still like sleepy. He's watching over the chat, but he's sleepy. Stitch is here. You, you can. He's gonna say something in the chat, maybe. Gary's dad is still like asleep. Can you tell a few French words for 2021? Bonne année tout le monde, bonne santé, et j'espère que plein de bonnes choses vont arriver pour vous cette année. Oh, Lem asked a question, but I didn't saw it. Just a second, I have to go up. Is Gary sleeping? He's not sleeping at the moment. So my sister recently got a 105-liter fish tank and she hasn't had any fish pet before. Would an axolotl be a good pet for a beginner? No! I'm gonna say no because you have so much to learn about having an aquatic pet. If it's your first time and maybe if you don't really want to put too much effort into it, then I wouldn't recommend an axolotl because it requires a lot of time and effort and money. Is Gary thinking life decisions? I don't think so. Gary is just chilling. He's probably asking himself when he's gonna have the next num num. Oh, hello Despy! Bonne année! Make an Ask Gary video. Don't know how it's gonna go though. Do Gary know there is 2021? I don't think so. Gary is rethinking life choices. Oh, someone from Finland. So Gary is 2 years and 4 months old, and Gary is a boy, and we got Gary in a pet shop. Gary, what are you doing? My junkie boy. My junkie boy. Where are you going, Gary? Oh, are you gonna hide? Gary. Yes, Gary is a boy. He's a big boy. Oh, told the toy is gonna have an axolotl soon. Don't forget to cycle your tank before having your axolotl, okay? It can take 3 to 8 weeks, so better prepare before. Do you see how Gary is digging this corner of the tank? You can see the grass at the bottom because he's digging so much. Isn't it, Gary? You like to dig, don't you? You like to dig. Are you planning to breed Gary? Do not want to breed Gary because I know that Gary has a lot of wonkiness in him. So it does mean that he doesn't have like a good genetic, and to be like a responsible axolotl owner, you have to know the genetics of your axolotl if you want to breed them. And I see that Gary doesn't have like the best one, so I wouldn't breed Gary. Gary a encore mangé du saumon bien gras pendant les fêtes, je suis sûre. Oui. Gary a eu du saumon pour Noël et pour le Nouvel An, donc il est bien content. I was just saying that Gary had salmon for Christmas and for New Year, so he must be really happy. And salmon is really fat, so Gary is a bit maybe chunkier than before. Where did you live? So yeah, I'm French, but we live in the UK, and Gary's dad is British. Is Gary activities what he did like 1 minute ago? Just nothing. It's just like staring at things, looking, just walking. He's not doing much at this hour of the day. He even should be sleeping at this hour, but he's not. No, Gary wasn't scared of the fireworks noise. He doesn't mind at all. Can Gary blink? He can't blink because he doesn't have eyelids. Can you say croissant? Why? Is it hard to pronounce for you, croissant? Can Gary hear? He does. He can hear. To an extent, we don't really know like how much he can hear, but he hears. Can Gary see in the dark? So Gary have a bad eyesight, like all axolotls have kind of a bad eyesight. So he can see, but not really well. Can Gary smell? Yes, Gary can smell. You have little nostrils too. Isn't it Gary? Gary is hiding. Does Gary like Gary Bot? I'm sure Gary loves it. Yeah, I'm sure Gary loves the Gary boat. Does Gary do a dance? He does sometimes. He does. Little dance. Sometimes he wiggle his bum. Is Gary sometimes nocturnal? He's nocturnal all the time. Like he's really active around like 3, 4 a.m. I actually post a picture of Gary when he's being really active because I was awake really late yesterday, like at 4:30 a.m. I was looking at Gary and he was really lively, and I did a picture so you can see his gears when he's really active, and it's really red. So you can find the picture in the community on YouTube. Compared to now, it's a bit far. Yes. Better. Gonna put that here. Yes. So you can see Gary better. Are you interested, Gary? You interested? Say hello, Gary. Does Gary like anime? He does watch anime when I'm watching anime, so I guess he likes it. Can Gary swim? Of course he can swim. He just prefers to walk on the sand, but he can swim. What time is it at yours? So here it's 12 p.m. 16 minutes. 12:16. How big axolotls usually grow to? So it's around 30 centimeters. Gary is actually 28 centimeters. He's a tad bit smaller. Hello, Gary. Gary's coming to say hi. Oh, someone's name is I like Gary the Axolotl. And the little avatar is Gary. Does Gary like hi? Oh my god, Gary! Way too quick. Where are you going, Gary? Where are you going? Gary is hiding under the leaf. What are you doing, Gary? Oh, are you going in your house? Going in your house, Gary. Okay, go in your house. The banana show is good. Banana. Um, oh. Hello, Gary. Please wish me luck tomorrow since we are going to start our classes again. So happy New Year. So good luck for your new classes. I hope it's gonna be good for you and it's gonna go well. Does Gary care about the bubbles in his tanks? Yes, he does like to play with the bubbles. He loves to like be on them or try to eat them sometimes. Does Gary ever float in the water? Sometimes when he wants to chill, he does that. He go at the top and he gloops some air so he can float at the surface. And then when he has enough, he just burps the air out and he just sinks down. What is your sponsor for today's video? I don't have any sponsor. Can I make a comic dub with Gary inside? What is a comic dub? From Natalie.
Dub.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Don't know about dub, but comic. It's just a comic, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, I think yes. Gary's Adventure? Gary's hygiene. Oh, today I'm going to animal market to buy an animal and I can't decide an axolotl or a turtle. I need your help. So I have no idea what the requirement or care is for a turtle, but I know that for axolotl it's really specific and it demands a lot of like attention. So it depends on like how much work you want to put in keeping your pet. I have no idea how it is with turtles, but with axolotls it demands a lot of work. So just be aware of that if you want to choose an axolotl. Oh, do you know Name Discovery? They're a channel for learning about reptiles and they made a video on how to care for axolotls. I don't know this channel. To be honest, I don't really know any other YouTube channel because I don't think I have the time to like browse the channels and see who is talking about axolotls. Gary, what are you doing? So someone is advising turtles for the person who is going to the animal market today. Is Gary hiding because he doesn't like light? The light is really dim, you can't really see it, but he doesn't have any problem with the light. I only put it for the light though. But like him doing that and digging, it's just Gary doing his thing. It's not hiding from the light. When is Gary's birthday? So Gary's birthday is the 11th of July. Give Gary a pet or a planet for me. Oh, So we only feed Gary during nighttime. So at this hour, we can't really give Gary food because it's way too early for him. I'm getting an adolescent and just wondering, do you have a cooler or anything to cool down the tank? Yes, we have a water chiller, so we never have to worry about the water temperature for Gary because we have a chiller. And this is something that I really recommend every axolotl owner to have. I know it's expensive, but it like you will have like the peace of mind that like it's a relief for us because it's really hard to keep your tank that low, like between 16 and 18 degrees. It's really hard even during winter because like you still put a heater in your house, so it's gonna rise up the temperature of the tank. So I advise anyone who gets an axolotl to buy a water chiller too. Oh, thank you, Andrew, for coming here today. Looking at the question because every time I answer, I don't look at the question anymore. So I have to go up and see if there is questions. What's Gary's gift? To be cute, I guess. Has Gary ever beaten you? Of course he did when he was a baby. We have a video about that. Gary nipping me. It's the Axolotl nipping compilation. So you can watch this, it's in our channel. But it's really cute and it doesn't hurt. How long can axolotls stay out of the water? Not long because they are not meant to live out of the water. They would die if you let them out too long. Oh, hello, happy new year to you too. Can I post a pic of Gary half in his hut? Like in the pot? Can we get Gary to give a book to Mommy instead? I think Gary is too small to do that. I would have to put my nose in the tank. What's the thing with Gary? Yes, it's Gary the Snail from SpongeBob. I have an axolotl but not a cooler. Is that fine because he looks like he's doing very good? It depends. Do you have a temperature thing in your tank? Like what's the temperature in your tank? If Gary was a girl, Gary it. How long did it take for Gary to stop biting? He was doing that only when he was really young, so I think he stopped at around 8 months. So when he grew up. but he was never really like, it was never hurting, so it like it doesn't really hurt or anything, so it's kind of cute when he bites. Why are there less people today? I think it's because it's really different from the time we used to do our life. We used to do it like during um, like evening to night, so now it's like the middle of the day, so there is less people for Gary. But I know that a lot of you can't attend to the night live, so I want people to be able, like everybody to be able to see Gary, so I can't only do it during night time. Wouldn't be fair for everyone. Gary, where are you going? What are you doing here? I just woken up. It's 12:30. Oh, thank you, Joseph Herrick, for coming today. You can go back in your bed now. Now that you saw Gary. I am new to this channel, Spiky's Eye. Does Gary defend you? I don't think Gary had to defend me from anything, so I guess he would if he could, because I know that Gary loves his mommy, and I love Gary, so he would. Son aquarium commence à être petit. Non, non, pas du tout en fait. Là, c'est juste un petit bout de son aquarium. C'est pas du tout son aquarium en entier est très grand pour lui. Donc ça, c'est juste un bout et il faut aller jusque là-bas. Donc il a vraiment beaucoup de place. Sorry for the French. Someone was saying that it might be too little for Gary now, the tank, and I just showed them that the tank is not just the part that we are recording, it's just like it's really wide. Does Gary dance? Yes, he does sometimes. L'aquarium fait 190 litres. I see a plug on the side, yeah. Intense staring. Does Gary recognize his own reflection as himself, or does he think it's another axolotl?
I think it's another. I think he thinks.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's another axolotl. He likes to like dance, do the little dance when he sees his reflection. So I think he might think that it's another axolotl. Or maybe he just likes himself so much that he likes to dance with himself. I don't know. He's looking at Mirror Gary. Ah, why is Do you want to get a friend for Gary? So we probably gonna get a friend for Gary later. Not now because like we think that Gary is okay like this, and even if we get a new friend for Gary, we'll have to quarantine the friend for like 30 days, so you would be like, you would know if we had another axolotl around. I'm answering this question from this question. I have an axolotl but not cooler. Is that fine? Because he looks like he is doing very good. So I just told the person that it depends on the water temperature, and
Alright.
you have to know that so the best water temperature for an axolotl is between 16 and 18 degrees Celsius, and over 20 degrees Celsius your axolotl is going to be stressed, and over 24 degrees he's going to die. So you have to be really careful with the temperature as they're really sensitive to it. Bye, Erdl Durdle. Thank you for joining us today. Where do you live to be like 4 a.m.? Is a kitten easier to look after than Gary? I have no idea because I never had any kittens, but maybe Gary's dad can answer this question, because you had a...
You don't have to consistently monitor the temperature of the kitten.
So again, I guess a kitten is easier to look after than an axolotl. It's what I guess from what Gary's dad is saying. I didn't see where people are from for the people who is 4 a.m. right now. Oh, thank you, Lashish. Yeah, Gary is excited by the mirror. Ah oui, d'accord, c'est vrai. D'habitude, je suis bon pour comprendre l'anglais à l'écrit et c'est difficile pour moi de comprendre en vocal, mais comme tu es français, c'est plus facile à comprendre. Sûrement, vu que peut-être que tu comprends un peu mieux l'accent que j'ai. Oh Gary, you're too quick. You are too quick. Okay, where are you going like that? Where are you going? Where? Where? Okay. Okay, Gary. Don't know where Gary is going, but he's going really quick. I'm gonna put this a bit closer to Gary and a bit up higher. Good. So, back to the chat. Is Gary European and what country? So Gary is British because we are in the UK. You didn't miss much. Gary was just like walking. Elles sont les crevettes ninja. Les crevettes ninja, elles sont dans l'aquarium d'à côté. Oh, I've seen axolotls only in zoos in Finland. It's nice to see a pet version with a nicer environment. So, how was the environment in the zoo? That worries me a bit. Oh, thank you, Paul. Happy New Year to you too. Gary, oh, there is a lot of reflection where you are, Gary. People can't see your face. Just a second. Oh, I'm gonna put you here. Yes, this is good. Down. Yes, good. Oh, you're doing now, Gary. Hmm? So if you are not in the Discord yet, we do have a Discord for Gary. And if you want to join the Discord voice chat with dietary and jealous, you can. What is Gary's favorite snack? So I think it's bloodworms for the snacks. Can axolotl live in fresh water? They only live in fresh water. The best is between 16 and 18 degrees Celsius. Hello Gary, why are you so thick now? Because Gary had salmon for the holidays. He had salmon for Christmas and for New Year, so salmon is a bit fat, so Gary's kind of chunky now. But he's gonna go on a diet. Only worms diet. Oh, I will get an axolotl soon. He's a blue melanoid baby. Oh, that's good. Don't forget to cycle your tank before having your baby. Ça paraît logique pour la température. À 16-17, il y a plus d'oxygène dans l'eau. Ah, je savais pas qu'il y avait plus d'oxygène dans ces températures. Do you add salt in water? No, I don't. I do not. Where do you live? So we live in the UK. Hello, Gary. Gary is straight looking at me right now. What is it, my baby? What is it, Gary? What is it? What do you want to tell me? You want to tell me something? Hmm? What do you want? Oh, okay. What if I made a stream and I only speak French? But you wouldn't understand anything? If I was only to speak French, so you wouldn't be like able to. I wouldn't be able to like answer your questions.
Oh, Gary's got
Gary.
some air. Well, not air, but you know what I mean, just water.
Donc plus l'eau est chaude, moins l'oxygène est présent, plus elle est fraîche et plus il y a d'oxygène. So we learn every day. Gary est-il un type de poisson-chat? Non, Gary est une salamandre. C'est même pas un poisson. Is Gary a Lucy? Yes, Gary is a bluegill leucistic. Where are you going, Gary? Gary, where are you leaping? Where are you going now, Gary? Where are you going? Gary! Are you that hungry? Really? Didn't you had 2 worms yesterday? Hmm? You chunky boy. What is Gary's sign in zodiac? Wait, Gary is born like in July, so what would Gary's... oh, yeah, you're too quick. What would Gary's zodiac sign would be?
Cancer.
Cancer. Okay. Does Gary swim a lot in the tank? He doesn't. He prefers to walk. He does swim sometimes, but he prefers to walk. Does he eat worms? He does. Why is the live this early? Because I let people choose what time of the day they want the live to be. So we put a poll every Saturday and every Tuesday, so we know when to do the live, like what hour. There is always a poll in the community one day before the live. How fast is Gary? Gary can be really fast when he spooks. When he spooks himself, he goes really fast. I thought about getting an axolotl. Should I? It depends on if you are dedicated to your pet, or if you just want just a chill pet. Gary is not a chill pet. You will have a lot of work to do with an axolotl. There is a lot of research and a lot to do for the tank and everything to keep the parameters good. And before having your axolotl, even you have to cycle your tank, and it takes from 3 to 8 weeks. So if you are willing to do those kind of effort, then it could be a good choice for you. But if you are more like on the lazy side, then I wouldn't advise an axolotl. It requires a lot of work. Oh, since that Gary is eating so much, you should consider him being a girl and pregnant. No! Gary is not that chunky. He's not like a girl axolotl. He's nowhere near that. How big is his tank? So it's around 200 liters and it's about 50 gallons. Je suis dans l'aquarium. Gary the little Wolverine. I cycle my tank, it's almost done. I might get one in a day or two. Good. Good job on cycling your tank. I know it's a lot of work. Hello from Poland. Thank you. Hello, Cincy Live. Cincy Live? I don't know if it's the right saying. Is he healthy? He's really healthy. My chunky boy, what are you doing? My chunky boy. What is that thing close to his tail? You talk about the wonkiness he had in his tail? Gary was like that when we got him. He had a wonky tail. Gary is a wonky axolotl. He doesn't heal good. He is kind of over healing. So that's why you can see a lot of wonkiness in Gary. Don't you, Gary? You heal too much. Can you take an axolotl to a vet? Yes, of course you can. You have to see if you have an exotic vet pet near your area. If you want an axolotl, you always have to make sure that you have a vet around that takes axolotls. Oui, Gary est un leucistique avec des bronchies bleus. Il n'a pas les yeux bleus, il a les yeux noirs. Gary the spider axolotl trying to climb. Does Gary eat hot dogs? He doesn't. He doesn't. Gary doesn't eat processed food. We only give him like raw food, like the salmon that we got him for Christmas, or worms. We don't give any meat like chicken or beef because Gary's tummy is not meant to digest those kind of meat. So the best diet for Gary is worms. Does Gary like the sun? He doesn't. I don't think he minds that much, but he prefers dark areas. Does Gary have friends? He does. He has Gary the snail in his tank. He's lazy today. It's because it's daytime, so Gary should be sleeping right now, but he isn't. But he's really less active than when he's like when it's nighttime. Is Gary your only axolotl? Yes. So he got all my attention, and he loves that, I think. Can Gary stays on land? No, he cannot. He cannot. He's only aquatic, even though he have legs. Are you British? No, I'm not. But Gary's dad is.
Hello, I am British.
Does Gary have a girlfriend? He doesn't. Did you name him by the snail in SpongeBob? No, we didn't. We actually named Gary before having Gary. We went to the pet shop and saw baby Gary, and when we went out of the pet shop, we didn't took Gary right away because we didn't knew the proper care for an axolotl, and we wanted to do research before. And when we got out of the pet shop, Gary's dad just said he looks like a Gary, so that's why we named him Gary. I saw you chatting in French in Discord. Are you French? Yes, I am. I am French, and Gary's dad is British. Ils sont en âge de se reproduire à quel âge? It depends. Ça dépend en fait quand est-ce que ton axolotl arrive à maturité, parce que Tous les axolotes sont, au début, ressemblent à des femelles. Et au bout d'un moment, entre 8 et 18 mois, ils peuvent devenir mâles. Donc ça dépend de quand ils deviennent mâles. Imagine baby Gary. Oh. Gary was a really, really cute baby. Really cute. Here you go, Gary. Come here. Gary is a special animal. Yes, he's a magical axolotl. There should be axolotl betting among us. Yes, there should. We had someone in our Discord actually making a fan art of Gary being in Among Us, and that is really cute. Oh yeah, I could show you baby Gary. I have pictures of baby Gary. So I have baby Gary as a pirate here. I'm sorry Gary, I'm gonna put this in front of your face, but this is baby Gary as a pirate. Isn't he the cutest? He's so cute. I hide you, Gary. I'm sorry. Did Gary have a fish friend? No, Gary can't have a fish friend because he would eat the fish, or the fish would eat Gary's gills. So they can't be friends. What kind of environment do axolotls like? So with no water flow whatsoever, they don't like currents, and kind of dark because we don't really put lights in Gary's tank except for when we do live, otherwise you wouldn't see anything. And what else? With lots of live plants because the fake plants could hurt Gary, and with a good filter and a chiller, and that's it. Your sand, yes, sand is better for axolotls because they have something to grip on when they walk. Do you have a pet that's a mammal, like a rodent, feline, or canine? No, we don't, because we can't have pets here in this apartment. We could only have an aquarium, so that's why we got Gary. Boop Gary's nose, please. I can't boop him because it's daytime, so I don't have anything to give him. I can only boop him like this. Is Gary your only pet right now? Yes, Gary is.
Do you count the shrimp?
I don't really. We also have cherry shrimp, but I don't really count them as pet because I don't have like this kind of affection to them. They're just like really funny to watch, but like I'm not really emotionally attached to them because they die really quick. So if I was to get attached to every shrimp we have, I would like be devastated all the time.
Yeah, but you must be attached if you decided to not feed them to Gary.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. I'm kind of attached to them, but like because we had the cherry shrimp because we wanted to feed Gary live food, but I felt bad for them, so we kept them as pet instead. Gary, you're way too quick today. can he eat right now or only at night? So he could eat right now, but we are used to feed him during night time, so I don't want to change his schedule. Even though he looks like he's hungry and he's trying to eat everything and anything. Is Gary always friendly? He is, to us at least. Gary, where are you going? Gary. You're way too lively for someone who should be sleeping. Do you have plan to have more pets? Oh, and I'm from Thailand. Hello. From Thailand. What time is it in Thailand even? We do not really plan to get any more pets because we can't really, because we can't have any in our apartment. So Gary, you're too quick. Okay, you're gonna stop here. Oh, before he moved, he won't. Oh. Are axolotls a lot tiring to maintain? Yes. I prefer not to lie to you because it's a lot of work. So I don't want you to think that Gary, like, axolotls are really easy to care for. They are not. Is he tired? I don't think so. Otherwise he wouldn't like go left and right. If I could boob him, I would. What are axolotls like growing up? I have a 6 months old. Greetings from Montreal. So they are just like small versions.
They are very, very, very hungry. You need to feed them every day.
So at 6 months old, I think we were getting, like, when Gary was a baby and a juvie, we were feeding him like twice a day.
That was like around about the time of the pirate.
What?
Pirate picture.
Really? He was 6 months old at this time? Really?
Maybe older actually.
So yeah, you have to feed. Oh, Gary, you're way too quick. You have to feed your baby axolotl twice a day because they demand a lot of energy to grow because they are growing really, really fast. I'm from Australia and it's 9 p.m.
9 p.m. It must be 9 p.m. like the previous day. Oh, maybe it's today.
I'm dying of no rest, but I just can't stop watching. Oh. Is Gary a boy? Yes, Gary is a boy. Why is the live chat so small? I don't know. Should it be bigger?
You can pop it out if you're on a PC or like a desktop device. If you're on a like your phone or something, I don't think you can.
What animal was your first pet? I think when I was young, I think it was, I don't remember where, it was either turtles or fish. Il a grandi encore? Non, il fait toujours la même taille. Toujours 28 cm. Where are you from in France? So I am originally from Paris in France. Is he a sweet baby? Yes, Gary was the sweetest baby ever. He was so cute. Do you love Gary? Of course. Gary is like my son. Will you ever reveal your face? I do it all the time with the reflection. I'm just here. Hello, Gary. Hello.
Zog Zero says, if you get another axolotl, name him Barry.
Barry.
Then you can have Gary and Barry.
We have to see what the axolotl face is like. We always name just by the appearance of an axolotl, like what would suit him. So we'll see at the moment when we'll have the axolotl. How long can Gary live? So Gary can live up to 15 years. We hope Gary is gonna live a really long life. A really long and good life. I'm gonna try to put him up a bit. Yes. It's more Gary. Oh yes. What am I doing here? What am I doing? I saw Gary faking a task. Is Gary the imposter?
How do you know about Among Us stuff?
Why? I can't?
No, I don't think you've played it.
I did. I played Among Us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
And nobody ever suspect me when I'm an imposter. So, I've always wanted an axolotl pet, but my parents don't really want. Any advice of how I could convince them? I don't really have any advice, like it's, I guess, your parents' decision, but if you maybe could show them that you would properly care for an axolotl, maybe they would agree. But then again, I'm telling you, it's a lot of work and a lot of money, so you have to keep that in mind. No, Gary is not a tiger salamander, he's an axolotl. He's not an imposter. You have 3 axolotls. How old are they? You saw Gary killing someone in the camp. How could he do that? He would never do such a thing. Yeah, in the transferring tank video you saw Gary's dad face.
Really?
Yeah, in the earliest video we made. You had your face in the reflection. People could see you really well.
Okay.
So you can eventually see Gary's dad's face in one of our videos. Mine is a bit less obvious, I think. Gary, where are you going? brought him, he was only 3 months old. He was so small.
Oh, it keeps bonking onto the plate.
Oh no, you're bonking, Gary.
And he's off. He's going. He's going.
I don't know where he's going, but he's going.
Vote Gary for French King 2021. I don't know how the French would feel about having royalty again.
I don't think so. Can you show Gary that he's in Minecraft? Maybe I will, like, we will do live of Minecraft when the time comes, I guess. We are actually working on having a server in Minecraft for Gary's community, so
It's complicated.
Gary's dad is working on it. How big is his tank? So Gary is in a 50-gallon tank. What is this weird thing on the middle of Gary's tail? So Gary is wonky and it's just his spine being curled, I think so. It's just how Gary is. He's born like this. Like when we got Gary, he already had the wonky tail. Gary. Oh, in Among Us, my name is Blue Axolotl because of axolotls. Gary is burping? Did Gary burp? I didn't so. No, Gary doesn't swim. He prefers to walk on the sand. Oh, hello, Electric Gaming. What is the sad face? Yes, Gary's spine is curved. Oh. So Gary have like a wonky spine on two places. One is on his back. No, Gary, this is not true. One is on his back around here and the other one is on his tail. Maybe I will put an x-ray because we did an x-ray for Gary and that's how we found out that Gary was really wonky. So I will put the x-ray somewhere, maybe in the community. He got scared. No, he wanted to eat me.
Oh.
This Among Us supported 70 players in one server. It would be perfect for this stream. Gary, where are you going? Gary! I can't like watch Gary and watch the question at the same time. Gary, you're too lively for someone who should be sleeping at this hour. Oh, you could. Gary, I can't read people's question if you keep swimming. Have you done? Can I read the question now? Okay. Oh. So, is Gary herbivore? No, he's carnivore. He only likes the meat. That's why he have wormies all the time.
The meat.
He likes the meat. Can Gary mate yet, or how old does he need to do that? Gary can mate actually. He could. I'm a hold my breath till you tell me, do you remember me? Yes, I remember you. Oh, Electric Gaming, don't do the sad face. Do you feel better now? Do me a good face, a happy face. About the breath. Do you play Team Fortress 2? I do not. I don't know what that is even. How much is it to buy an axolotl? So for an axolotl, it's like axolotls are not expensive by themselves, but it's all the whole setting for them that cost a lot. For Gary's setting, for example, it's around £1,000. What gender is Gary? Gary is a boy. Yeah, axolotl don't survive at all out of water. What kind of sound do axolotls make? You can actually like hear the sound of Gary. We have a video in our YouTube channel. It's named by Axolotl Does a Cute Noise. So you can hear what kind of noise Gary is making. Is Gary's father from France, England, or from another planet?
Another planet.
Here you have your answer. Does Gary eat your finger when you touch his mouth? So Gary doesn't do that with me, but he do that with his dad.
He did it on the live too. He just tried to eat my hand.
He did. Oh, once I went to a butterfly sanctuary and they had an axolotl that they let us watch be fed. Oh.
No, it's candy, AJ. Bites are not, but axolotl bites are not painful because he doesn't really have teeth for cutting. He has tiny, tiny, tiny teeth for gripping. So all you feel is like the rush of the water as he's trying to like inhale, but that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't really bite.
He's like done the inhaling on me, on my hand, but he's never actually made contact onto my finger and held onto it. But I know that it wouldn't hurt because they don't chew, they just swallow whole.
Yeah. Can Gary fake being dead? Because I saw axolotls can do that. I know that they can do that, but Gary never did that to us. If Gary ever did that to us, I would like freak out so bad. But I don't think Gary have any reason to do that. Oh, thank you, Bunny Bun. What are Gary's opinions on him gonna get added to Minecraft? I think Gary is happy because axolotls get to be more known. So I think he's happy about that. Is it okay to make an axolotl farm? You mean in Minecraft or in real life? Yeah, Gary only eats his dad's finger. Someone is showing you their love to Gary. If you put fish on the aquarium, what will happen? So, if we put fish in the aquarium, so Gary would either eat the fish or the fish would eat Gary's gills, and some fish are not good for axolotls because they have this enzyme called thiaminase. I know I'm saying it in French, but I don't know the pronunciation in English. And this enzyme is preventing axolotls from processing or assimilating vitamins, so it would lead to axolotl die, unfortunately. So no fish with axolotls. I love his chunky legs. Thank you, Gary's dad, for this donation. Gary's dad is donating to Gary. It's pocket money for Gary. I love his chunky legs. Did you have experience with axolotls before, Gary? No, we didn't. We learned everything with having Gary. Really, there is another channel who is trying to impersonate you and they have the same channel name. I have to watch that. Investigate.
Emergency meeting.
Yes. And the channel is also impersonating Gary. That is a bit concerning. My tooth fell out? What? Someone lost their tooth.
Toothless?
No, not toothless. Oh, Electric Gaming has to go. We must find the imposter. Emergency meeting, yes. Should I get an axolotl from Luke's dog? So it depends on if you're willing to spend a lot of time taking care of your axolotl and actually knowing how to cycle your tame properly and have the right setting for an axolotl. Knowing that an axolotl setting will be around 1,000 pounds if you want the right condition for your axolotl.
He's going in his house.
Yeah, Gary's going in his house.
He's going to sleep. He's going to sleep now.
Are you sleeping, Gary? Are you finally gonna sleep now? I should be in bed, but Gary. Why can't Gary stay on land for a short time, but Minecraft told us that? Gary cannot really stand on land, like he will suffer. Like he's not meant to be on land at all. If you take Gary out for like a couple of seconds, it's fine, but like don't let your axolotl on the ground doing nothing. It would like stress him so much. Gary doesn't like being out of the water at all. Like they wouldn't die if it's just a couple of seconds or a minute, but more than that is gonna really like stress him really bad. How long have you been streaming for, Gary? We
1 hour
began.
20.
What?
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, are you talking like now or how long? Like when was the first time we ever streamed Gary? But for now, it's been 1 hour and 21 minutes. Gary, are you sleeping or not? Gary is hesitating. He's like in the entrance of his house. He's like, am I sleeping or am I not? How is Gary moving in daytime when he's supposed to sleep? This is why I'm asking too. Why are you not sleeping, Gary? What's happening? Tell me. What is happening, Gary? Why are you not sleeping? Hmm? I think he's going to sleep now. Mm. Axolotl can live from 0 to 15 years. Oh, did you want to check on the other channel?
Oh,
Can you stream in nighttime so we can see Gary being active? Like when I speak about nighttime for Gary and when he's really active, it's around 3 a.m. So I am not sure if a lot of you are gonna be up at this time. It would be like 3 a.m. UK time. Oh, thank you, Glong Chewy. Happy New Year to you too. Oh, thank you, Slime, for the cats for coming today. Oh, the baby hedgehog from Maryland. Does Gary have GFP genes? He doesn't. In Europe in general and in the UK, you can't have genetically modified species, so we can't have any GFP axolotls here. Okay, Electric Gaming, thank you for joining us today. Happy New Year, it's Candy AG. Oh, I just pulled out my Axolotl plushie and I named Gary after this Gary. Oh, that is really cute. you, Hello Ismail. Why is he hiding? So Gary is hiding right now because I think it's the time for him to go to sleep because it's daytime and he's nocturnal. So I think right now Gary wants to sleep. He's not digging anymore, so I think he just wants to sleep. Thank you so much for the donation. Hello Ismo. Oh, I want to donate, but I'm too broke. It's okay, you don't have to. If axolotls are carnivore, what do they eat? So we give Gary worms. It's his main diet, and carnivore pellets. He likes his pellets. How big is Gary in person? So Gary is 28 centimeters. Yes, axolotls are nocturnal. Gary is a night boy, yes. Do you have fish? I have a lot of fish. We don't have fish, no. Will you ever get another axolotl, and will it be a female? So if we get another axolotl, it will be a male. I think my... Oh. I'm not into feeding live tadpole. Why are axolotls yawning so cute? I don't know, I find this really really cute too. I love it when I spot Gary yawning. If Gary passed away, will you replace him with another axolotl? I don't think so. I don't think so. I love Gary so much. I don't think I will. I don't know. I have no idea. Are you going, Harry? Maybe Gary is the Aztec god of cuteness. So axolotls are actually from a god named Xolotl. So he could be this incarnation, maybe. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. So this is Gary's favorite spot to sleep. Like when he's in this position, it means he's gonna sleep. He never really sleep the head in his spot. He likes to, I don't know, maybe look at us even when he sleep. So I think Gary is gonna sleep now. I'm gonna sleep a bit. I'm gonna sleep. Yeah. Gary's cave, Gary's own cave. Can axolotl blink? No, they cannot because they don't have eyelids. But when they swallow their food, they kind of blink. It's like they are. When they swallow, their eyes like goes a bit in their head, so it looks like a blink, but it's not really a blink. Do not eat Gary. Yes, it's this god. It's the Axolotl is the, I think it's the brother of the Quetzalcoatl. What happened to most of the axolotl population? So, Heritz fagila. So most of axolotl in the wild are like extinct or died because of the pollution, and because they put predators in their environment. Like humans put predators in the axolotl environment, so that's why they are going extinct right now. How many gallons or liters is Gary's tank? So it's 50 gallons. I have a baby turtle and I name it Gary. Oh, there is a baby turtle Gary now. Did you find Gary in the wild or did you adopt him? So you can't get axolotls from the wild because they come from only one place, which is Lake Xochimilco. And every pet like Gary in Europe or anywhere else, they just come from breeders. They are not from the wild. You can always travel to Mexico to see the Lake Xochimilco. You don't need to be born there to go and see the lake. Why would you get a male axolotl but not a female one for Gary to prolong his generation? The thing is, as we bought Gary in the pet shop, I don't know about Gary's genetic. With axolotls, you have to be really careful about what genetics you put out there, because there is, like, you can't breed an axolotl with bad genetics or an axolotl who is related to another axolotl. And the genetic pool for the axolotl is really small, so you don't want to get bad genetic out there. And I know that Gary is already wonky, so I don't think it's a good or it would be responsible of us to have Gary breed. If you understand what I'm talking about, it's a bit like when you're in the axolotl community thing, you are really more careful about the genes and everything, so it's the most responsible thing you have to do. Oh, you need to study. Good luck for your study, Ariana. Gary, don't hide. But Gary wants to sleep now, I think. By Ariana Grande. I don't think Ariana Grande would be in this stream watching Gary.
Yeah, he eats by bringing water into his mouth. It's like a vacuum.
Mm. Yeah, Gary yawned twice in one live once. Gary is the new Ariana Grande. Oh, I hope not. I hope they're not gonna disappear from the wild.
It's Ariana Gary.
I like Gary. Oh my god, I need to do something about this. Imagine in anime or game or both a large axolotl mounts. I know that in the game I play, which is Final Fantasy XIV, I have a pet axolotl that follows me everywhere. So I always have my own Gary even in my video game. If you and Gary were in the Pokemon world, then Gary would turn into a whooper. Gary is chilling right now. I think he's gonna sleep soon. So, I think now it's time to end the live so we can let Gary sleep. Oh yeah. Oh, did you saw the little mini yawn? That was really cute. He was like, yes, leave me. Let me sleep, please. It's okay, Gary. We're gonna let you sleep. So we're gonna end this live for today. Thank you everyone for joining in, even though it's quite earlier than what we usually, like the time we usually stream for. And we will see you next Wednesday, and it's gonna be nighttime when we do the live, but I will still do a poll one day before, so you will choose the hour you want to the Gary live to start. So I wish you a good day, everyone. Happy New Year again. We'll see you next time. And since then, stay cute. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Gary. Say bye, Gary. Bye bye.